Hi everyone, it's Sue. I hope you're all keeping really well. I'm still recovering from having the flu, so I apologise if I sniffle. I will definitely try not to. And I've got everybody home and they've all got the flu as well, so you'll probably hear people coughing up lungs and all sorts of things, but I apologise in advance. So I'm actually just feeling like having a bit of a play today, so I thought I'd take advantage of having that little bit of inspiration and run with it. So I'm wanting to play around with these. I'll take them out of the packet. The new Tim Holtz stamps. Unfortunately, I did have these, no, not unfortunately, I did have these in my shop, but they have sold out at the moment. I will be getting them back in at some stage, so if you're looking for those, keep an eye out. So I just thought I'd have a play and try and make a journaling card or journaling pocket or something, and I've dug out a heap of I have no idea, like this hasn't even been opened, but look how old the price tag is. A few different embossing powders. I'm going to try and do multicolor embossing. We'll see how it goes. May be very interesting, but anyway, it's just an experiment, and I just thought I'd bring you along with me. So need to measure. I'm wanting to probably use one of these two and they're about 5.5 inches in height. So I need to cut my card 5.5 inches excuse me, and that'll fit nicely in a journal as well then. So my card that I'm using is just under 11 inches. 11 inches by about 8.5. So 5.5. So it's Sunday here as well, and I've got the door open to let some fresh air in, and there's mowing and all sorts of things happening. So this will be an interesting video for background noise. All right, so what I'm thinking is I want to make this a pocket and like have a tag or a card that goes in there. And I'm going to use this one, I think. And what I want to do is stamp it to the side because the flower's coming in this way. I'm going to stamp it to the side, and then I'm going to cut away and have a little window so you can have a peekaboo of the tag or whatever that's inside. So that'll fit nicely there. So let's just do it and see what happens. So I'm obviously using an embossing ink pad. This is just the Wow brand. I've had it for quite some time. I've got the Tim Holtz Distress embossing pad too, but I just couldn't put my hands on it. So I just grabbed this one. So I'm just going to make sure that that's really covered quite well. And I'm just going to stamp it as close to the edge. Let me just have a look at this stamp. As close to the edge as I can. Okay, I've got a little tray here. Now this is probably going to, let me tip this over so I can see the image. This might even be a complete disaster. So let's just grab a little bit of maybe some yellow. We'll make the flower yellow. This probably hasn't even ever been used. So I'm just trying to see where the head of that flower is. And I'm going to shake that off. Okay. And then I want to put some green, so I'm just going to put that back in its bottle. And we'll use this green maybe. I can't see, I don't know whether it's dried or what's going on, but I can't really see. I don't want to cover up too much of that script because I wanted to try and bring in a bit of gold, but you can see I've covered that up there, but that's okay. And gold or maybe copper. I've got copper handy here. So, and this is so old. I had this is from like 15 years ago. So I hope it works. We'll see. And then I'm just going to tip this over the whole lot and it'll just pick up where I've missed any of the ink. Okay, let's put that back in there. And I'm going to probably put the lid on my embossing powders because I know how clumsy I am and I'll probably end up spilling them. Now I've got a little bit of excess embossing powder. I need to get one of those, although this is going to be cut away, so it probably wouldn't matter too much, but I just use a nice soft brush and just to brush away any excess. Tapping mostly gets rid of that. And let's just heat that and just see what happens. There we have it. This is probably a little bit lighter than what I was hoping for, but it's quite cute. And this could have been green, but anyway, we'll call that a dead leaf. I could even probably cut that off if I want to. So you can see the image there. All right, now I'm going to just fold that in half. Find my I'm just going to get a nice a nice crisp edge there for the halfway mark. Yeah, I mean, I'm not loving that, not absolutely loving that, but that's okay. We might even do another one. That's while we've got the stamp out, let's just do another one, and we might do, where's that scrap? So I'm just going to use this scrap, and it's only 5 1/4. So we might use maybe the smaller, one of these smaller ones. So let's use this one. And I'm going to have it coming from this side as well. And I think I'll just do this one in copper or gold. I'm going to put it down to the bottom, more to the bottom there. And I think I'll just use the copper. I've got it open, so we'll just use the copper embossing powder. Okay, so I've embossed that. I'm going to heat that down, and then we're going to try and make a window pocket out of these. You can see that's embossed. And then I'll let that cool a bit. Just going to fold that in half. Alrighty, now I'm going to get my Meta ruler and a blade, and I'm going to open this up, and I'm just trying to think. So actually I've missed a little bit of heating there. Okay, so while that cools, I'll start on this one. So you could even, if you had some watercolor or probably felt pens or alcohol ink pens or something like that, you could even color around that just to give it a little bit more color. It's obviously going to resist where the embossing powder is, but if you wanted to make that a little bit darker, I'm going to leave it as it is. And what I'm going to do is I want to make a window, so I'm just going to randomly cut top and bottom, and I'm leaving an edge as well. So this is no measuring. If you want to measure, you can measure. I am just doing it very roughly. And then on this side here, we need to leave a side for strength, and we're going to, so you've got a window here, and then I'm going to cut away that. So I'm just going to work out how I want this window to look, and then I will fasten up the video as I fussy cut them out. I'm not 100% sure on this one. I'll do, so this is about 1/2 inch, as is the side panel. So I'm going to bring it down the top part here to about probably 1 inch, and then bring it across to about here maybe. So we'll do, so I'm just using the lines, sorry if my head's in the way, just using the lines on my mat just to get an approximate straight edge. If it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. Oops. I am hopeless with a blade. And I'm going to bring it down, I think, to about here, like that. So you can see, as I said, I'm not very good with a blade. As you can see, we have the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut, excuse me, I'm going to fussy cut this out. So we have a window, and I'm going to fussy cut this out here as well. So I'll just fasten up the video while I do that. Okay, so I've cut all those away. And while I was off camera, I decided I would just also stamp one of these and emboss them just in the copper like this one. And now that that's all cut out, I don't actually mind that. We're going to ink around everywhere that we have inked. Now, to get in, because this is cut quite finely, I just, for these smaller areas, I like to use these little makeup. My pad is deteriorating. It's an old one, so I might need to get a new one. So in these areas here, where it's a lot finer, I like to use these little makeup brushes just to get in. Because the other ink blenders are just too big. So you can just get in all those little nooks and crannies easily. And I might even just continue and just use it along here as well while I've got it. Now I've got no acetate. I've run out, and I went to go and get some the other week from our local Officeworks, and I nearly had to pick myself up off the ground. The price has gone up so much. I think it was 50 sheets and they wanted nearly $100. And I mean, in the scheme of things, I guess that's not too bad when you work out how much you use on each project, but just forking out the, you know, nearly $100 straight up just sort of made me balk a bit. So I'll probably end up going back and getting it. But if anyone else can tell me in Australia where I can get it cheaper, that would be really good. I know I can use packaging and that type of thing, but I like the firmer acetate. That's just a preference for me. So today I'm just going to use a little bit of vellum, I think. I've got some pattern vellum that I found. While I haven't been well, I've sort of just been sitting and going through some papers and doing a bit of fussy cutting and that sort of thing. And I found some old sheets of patterned vellum. So I thought I might just use those and see what they look like. Yeah, and this one. Yeah, so you can see with these little brushes, it just makes it so much easier to get in all those little corners and get a bit of ink happening on there. So that is that. I'm going to call that done. Now, I'm not sure that I'm going to get cards made to put in here today. As I said, I'm still feeling quite under the weather, so my brain, I don't think, can work that much today. But we'll get these done and we'll see what they look like. So this is the vellum that I have. So there's this one. I don't know whether you can even see that. It's got a bit of a embossed look to it as well. It's sort of like a motley look. And this one's got, what do you call them? Like flourishes. And then I do have some of this EK Success old one, I mean, out of a wedding collection. It's got a bit of green to it. So let's just have a look and see. Maybe this one could go in with the butterfly. Not convinced. Let me have a look. I actually think I like it there. I don't know which side I like it now. I think I'm going to use this one because it's not as obvious. So what I'm just going to do is I need to cut some of this to fit inside. So I want it about, so 4 inches for this one, 4 inches by about, we can say 5. So I'll cut that. I have got plain vellum too. We could do some of that. Let me just have a look. So that's for that one. I just remembered that I have these album inserts from Uniquely Creative, and they're vellum as well. So this, the Story Garden set might actually go nicely. I'm just going to grab some of it out. Now they do have holes in the side. They are meant to go in the 8x10 albums that I sell in the shop as well. But I tend to like using, because they're really great quality as well, I tend to like using these and cutting them down. So you can't even really see that. So maybe some script might be nice. Might do some script, I think. So this one's a bit darker. Okay, let's do, this one's green. I wonder what that would look like. It's got a greeny tinge to it. I don't know. I think I'm gonna, now that I've done that, I think I'm just gonna go with the plain, because it takes away from the floral image. So let's just do the plain on that one. So I told you my brain's not working real well. I can't even make a decision. So these two should be the same. So we want this one as well, 4 inches by, we're going to go 4 inches by 5 1/4. Alrighty. So I'm going to cut the holes off there, only because it's got a big splotch on it here that I thought might go nice. So we'll go 4 inches. I'm going to lose some of it anyway. 4 inches by, what did I say, 5 1/4. By 5 1/4. Okay, so I'm only going to get one out of that. And obviously what the print that's on there is going to show up more once there's something in there. And then this one, I think we'll just go back to this white one. So 4 inches. So where is that scrap? I think I can use the scrap. 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay. I think I like the frostier one better, but we'll do, we've cut that, so we'll stick with that as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tip it over to the side, and I'm going to glue these in place. Okay. So we don't want any glue to really go into the window. So I'm going to glue it. So on this side, I'm going to glue a little bit extra here, just so it all stays down, because it's going to be sitting on here. But we're going to do close to the edge as we can. As I said, I think I probably would prefer acetate, but That's okay. I'll make some more when I actually get some more. And we're just going to place that down. Okay, so that's sitting up a bit. That's all right. If you want to glue that down fully, we can actually come in now and add a bit of glue there. It's probably not a bad idea so it doesn't get things caught when it's in your journals. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that under my mat for a minute while I glue the other ones. Just press that down and then I'll glue these as well. There we go. I think I like the muted side up better. Okay, so this is the side we're going to add a little bit extra. And then just right on the edge. And then the butterfly, we'll leave the white edge going out on that one. So this one's going to be a bit different. So we're going to have excess here. So what I might do is I might put the glue just here and here on this one, and then just do on the very edges. That's really roughly. And then we just do around the edge here. So I always push the glue away from the window face as well, just because I did go a bit close there on some of that. Just sort of tends to push the glue away so it doesn't go into the window. And that is that one. So probably can add, it just needs to be pressed down a bit. Vellum takes a little bit longer to adhere. Okay. So they're basically our pockets. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the two sides of each of these down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and sew first. I'm going to sew across the top, and then once they're glued down, I'm going to sew around the three edges. So I'll ink them all and then go and sew them all, and then I'll be back. Sewn around all of those and I've decided that I'll find my scissors. I want to distress the edges, so just trimming off the excess threads. I like to leave threads hanging. Take the majority of it off, and then I'm just going to go around and just rough up the edges just to give it a bit more texture. And then I'll have to come back in and add a bit of ink because it's showing the white white fibre, the core of the paper. I'm quite impressed with them. They look quite good. This one I might even ink a little bit of script just along that top piece there. I use my favourite script stamp, which is the layered handwriting from Darkroom Door. And I think I'll just use the Distress Oxide. So just to break that bit of blank. This goes every which way, so I don't think it really matters how I stamp it. And it's nothing much, just to break the plainness of that up there. Very subtle. I don't think I'll worry about the other ones. And I just think I want to add a label or something. So I just grabbed also this Sampool stamp. I could have used the script there. And I think I want to use Nature Finds or Field Notes maybe on a label. So pop that on my block. Just popped it on there crooked. What have we got here? So I'm going to just distress this again. And I'll stamp that in black, I think. I haven't actually conditioned this stamp, so we'll see. I might stamp it on the back just to make sure it's going to stamp okay. Yep. So Field Notes, and we'll put that down with a little bit of cheesecloth. Right, and then I've got such a mess. Might do Nature Finds. on another label. Maybe a red one, or actually I think I'll stamp a number on that. This one back. And we'll use this one. Figure 3. I'm only going to have that 3/4 of the way on. All my scissors are upstairs because I've been residing on the couch while I've been unwell. And I keep taking a new pair up every day, so oops, that's okay, we'll still use that. This is just on paper, so need to be a little bit more gentle. I'll just make that really grungy. I'll just put it here somewhere. And this one, I might just use one of these Kelly's Crafts labels, I think. This might be too big. Do that one there, I think. Maddie's upstairs playing computer games. You can hear him laughing away. And I may as well, got the cheesecloth out, I may as well put another lot of cheesecloth there. I always cut my cheesecloth extra big because I tear away any excess once the glue has dried. And I'll probably just put it there like that. So that was a bit of fun. I am now exhausted. So I think I will be going to resume my position on the couch and have a rest. But I'm quite happy with those. And I'll just pull away the excess cheesecloth. You could decorate these however you want. They're even nice without the extra labels. And they'll look really nice, I think, once we get a card or a tag put in there. So maybe in an upcoming video I'll make some cards or tags to go in these. There, and then we'll just pull this one away and I'll just show you the three a little bit closer up. I definitely think I would have preferred acetate, as I said, but I'm just using what I've got for the time being. But I still think these look quite nice. All right, so this is that one with the coloured embossing powder, and I don't think I've even, hang on a sec, just got a tag that's not finished here, but just to give you an idea. So whatever you put in there, you'll be able to see slightly in there. So that's that one. That's the little butterfly. And this is the one done with just the copper embossing powder. So all in all, I think they all turned out pretty well. I quite like those. And there's just so much more that you could probably do with them. Let me know what you think anyway. And in an upcoming video, I'll probably make some cards to go inside these. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it with you today. Please take care, and until next time, I hope you get a little bit of crafting time in. See you soon. Bye-bye.